Basically, the idea here is Miway, an insurance company, as well as Gibbs, the business school, coming together as partners to assist business owners in their business journey. We give them the time to sit and reflect on this magnificent journey, its ups and its downs. And the big question is, what do they wish they knew?
Believe it or not, over the past 2 to 3 years, South Africa's small business economy has skyrocketed and employs over 10 million people. We had a chat with 2 experts who offer us invaluable insights on the ins and outs of the small, medium, and micro enterprises, and what most business owners wish they knew when they started out.
Jason Mello, thank you very much for being with us from Miway Business Insurance.
Thank you, Pamela.
Okwape, thank you so much from Gibbs.
Thank you. Thank you.
A lady and a gentleman. So lovely to have you on this beautiful property. And Jason, what was the reason behind this concept? As Masapo said, I mean, everybody looks at these wonderful entrepreneurs and these businesses that flourish and they think there was never a mistake, there were never problems. So why was this important for Miway?
Well, I think, I think business has changed over the years. It's our sector, and I'm sure there's many sectors like that, are starting to look at things as just commodities. And, who's got the cheapest product? Who can undercut the other? But we don't believe that's a long-term sustainable strategy. Certainly, you have to have a good premium and a good price in our business, but you've got to actually add real value. And this is somewhere that we believe we can add great value to our business owners and just help them, more on issues that don't necessarily relate directly to our sector, but there's a lot of things in common between different businesses, and that's what we want. We want to get small businesses just to have some positive stories for a change. We see a lot of negativity in the market. But I'm amazed by our business owners around the country. We've got a big footprint with different sectors, but our business owners are a lot like South Africans in general. I mean, we're tough, we're resilient, we make things happen, and we've also seen that our clients have got a hunger to learn things. I mean, just because you're excellent as an artisan, as an example, as a plumber, it doesn't mean that you've had the experience on things like finance and marketing. So I think this is what we want for our clients. We want them to get value out of it. We want them to enjoy it and hopefully to be inspired.
And for you, for Gibbs, what makes it so interesting?
When entrepreneurs come on our programs, we encourage them to go on a personal learning journey, one of self-discovery and learning about things that you didn't know, or reflecting and having a moment of pause to see how far along the journey you've come. And so part of storytelling is what we teach at Gibbs. And when I heard about this concept, I thought, what a perfect fit, what a perfect match, because not a lot of entrepreneurial stories, the hustle, the grind, the challenges, the ups and downs are shared. We only see the glam when we see you on billboards, on TV shows, but behind the scenes, we don't know what challenges you've had to overcome.
So are you speaking primarily to upstarts or established businesses, or is it a bit of a mixture?
Primarily, we focus on youth and women entrepreneurs, and we have a portfolio of women entrepreneurial programs that we run, and we really focused on how do we help women and uncover and understand how to position themselves from a business confidence perspective, but also networking potential for them.
Any excuse to get out of the office, right?
Look, we've got nice offices, but when you look at this, you can't compare, hey? So I think it's only natural for us to say, what is the next step? The next step is to extend that to our business clients. We want our business clients not to feel like they're just a client. We want them to feel like partners. And we feel that if we can help them in a couple of ways, to grow their business, then that's something that we're very happy to do, and we'll do a lot more of this.
When most of the businesses that come through, business owners that come through your programs, when they reflect on their business journeys, I mean, what seems to be the most common mistakes?
The most common lack of market research. And that is, not really having the time to understand who your target audience is, or even do a comprehensive industry trend analysis, so that, and even a competitor analysis. Who are you competing with? And so that you can then position your product or service offering in a way that meets your customers' needs. One of the other, challenges that comes through is really establishing your business to scale. Positioning yourself for scalability. What are the processes and systems that I need to put in my business so that I can be able to position myself for growth? And so that's why when they come through our program, we do a business model development or business growth plans, so that it is a process that they have to go through to think about the future, even though they are operating now at a small scale. But what does the future hold? What is my 3 to 5 year plan? And how do I make sure that I position my business to reach that scale?
And it's common that many who find themselves in a crisis, first thing to go is an insurance. Let's try and see where we can cut corners. Let's try and see how we can survive. Bad idea. Not because you're in the insurance business yourself.
I can sit here and pretend it's not difficult. Out there it is. We've seen businesses under a lot of pressure, and I don't believe it's the right move to make. We've seen an increase in risks generally in the last couple of years, not just the pandemic. We've seen floods, we've seen riots, even an earthquake. I mean, when last would we think we'd get claims for earthquakes? But the point is that can cripple your business. And we need to make sure that we keep our business in place. And even if you reduce it, your cover, make sure you're only covered for what you want. We say that you must keep your risks covered. But also, unfortunately, what happens as well is if you then take out a policy at a later stage, your premiums can be a lot higher. What insurers do is we look firstly at the business or the individual, the risk factor. And if you haven't had insurance for a year or two, you are deemed a higher risk because insurers don't know your recent history. So you could end up with higher premiums. So yes, we would say look at other ways in your business to get smarter, to cut your costs. But make sure what you're being covered for is what you need.
Yeah. And then for you, Maseko, there are these people who are not ready yet to go full on into a business. They have these jobs, they've got to keep a job down, and then they're starting a side hustle. They want to see how things are going to go. Is that part of the reason you started this program, the side hustle?
Absolutely. The side hustle was really born out of a response to the market to say, there's rising inflation, people are feeling, pinched at the pockets. And there are various side hustles that you see either on your own family WhatsApp group or friends, that are doing things on the weekend. And really, how do we support that in a way that we are imparting business skills that are important to start a business and, entrenching the entrepreneurial mindset? How do you think differently about your side hustle and in order for you to grow your passion, but ultimately grow your entrepreneurial endeavors? Yeah.
Is a business ever too small to be insured?
We'll cover most businesses out there. There's always a need. So whether it's for something that you've got stock on, whether it's your vehicle, most businesses would potentially need a vehicle to transport their stock. But it goes a little bit further. Liability cover is very important these days. You could have damages to other people's property that you would be liable for. So no, never too small. We try to get involved with as many different levels of business as we can. I've got a little bit of a passion for insurance. It sounds like a strange thing because no one at high school puts up their hand and says, I want to be in insurance. I think we need to look at our industries and say, what are we doing for society? All industries should do that. What we do is we enable people to build impressive buildings and buy expensive cars that they might not do if they thought, well, next day a flood can come or it can get stolen. So we feel that we enable others. We give them a little bit of peace of mind. And I think most businesses out there have got that same longing to say, what is my role out there? What am I doing? What is my purpose? Our purpose is firmly to serve, actually. It's nothing different. Our business is to serve.
You've certainly gotten quite close to some of your partners. You call them partners for a reason, that's why. Some of the most interesting stories of partners that would tell you the story. I wish I knew, good or bad. I know some of them are really very, very difficult stories to tell. But yeah.
We had a client quite close to here going up the Krugersdorp Highway.
Yeah.
Was his yellow metal, his big grader, at 2 a.m.
Oh, okay.
And he picked it up on his phone and he went charging up the Krugersdorp Highway after his yellow metal, which was going about 20 kilometers an hour. And he shouted at the guy stealing it, saying, "Hey, that's mine." And the guy jumped into the veld and obviously his yellow metal went off and it crashed into a tree or something. But he should have just phoned us directly. We would have been there. But what I love about this series is I wish I know it's more than just about work.
Yes.
We all look back in life and we go, I wish I'd done things differently. Now, we can't look back, but we can give advice. I wish I'd read more. I've seen certainly in just general business, the people who read the most and feed their mind. It's simple stuff. It's not always the complex stuff. This series is certainly going to give us some great tips and inspiration, but there's a lot we can also do for ourselves. We can go and we can read, we can explore, and we can try things.
Yeah. And just perhaps the last point from you, Matsepo, what do most of them wish they knew? When they come back, when they reflect, what are the nuggets? What do they wish they knew before they start?
I think it's always about, the what you don't know, right? It's that unconscious competence. And, some basically, say, I wish I had done a commercial, qualification or given myself an opportunity to have skills in the commercial side of things, because people come from a diversity of backgrounds and education backgrounds, and they're led into entrepreneurship for different reasons. But, the most critical is I wish I knew how to run a business, to have the systems and processes. Now that I have gone through a GIBS program, I'm now enlightened into, how to put HR systems in place, how to do my finances. Finances is a big issue for small businesses, how to do proper bookkeeping, and also just, you were mentioning about, mitigating the risks. It's inevitably going to be there. COVID showed us that, it's nothing is sure. So what do you do in the case of, adverse sort of economic challenges and natural disasters that plague your business? And it's really, we've seen that the resilience of the entrepreneurial spirit just helps the entrepreneurs overcome the challenges. And so when they look back and they see how far they've come, and it really is a significant reflection on their part in terms of their learning journey and how far they've come since they've invested in themselves.
Thank you, lady and a gentleman.
Thank
Thank you for having us.
Stay for lunch.
I think we're going to. Who wouldn't want to in this beautiful place, eh?
Thanks for the invitation.
Thank you.